I'm Jack Lydon.
I'm Tom Hutton-Bergwin.
And we are the owners of LHB Estate Agents.
And it's my fault that we've had to abbreviate the name right down to LHB because I've got a really big, long surname.
I don't think it is starting over again. For me, it's about bringing it back to the parts of the job that I genuinely enjoy. Meeting people, seeing property, that buzz when you match the right person to the right property and negotiate an offer. So it's just doing it now, but for us, with a one-to-one experience with the client.
Yeah, Jack's absolutely right. It's bringing back some of the aspects to the role that we really enjoy, that we haven't got to do for the last XYZ amount of years, and offering that real partner-led, one-to-one service from the very start, the moment that we meet with you at your property, to the end when you complete and we hand over the keys. We enjoy every aspect of it, so it's us being with you on a journey as well. We're doing it.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's us. Simply put, it's the difference that you can meet the person who comes out to see you day one, whether that's a valuation or a viewing, and that's the same person who's with you every step of the way until the day that you collect your keys.
Yeah.
And there's frustrations in the industry constantly, and it's always the same things. It's communication, it's do people get back to you, it's dealing with multiple members of a team, and it just takes away that personal element of something that's probably the most personal thing you'll ever do, which is deciding to move and buy your new home. Whereas for us, it's you'll have our number, you speak to us.
Yeah.
Whenever you need us, we're there, and between us, with 25 years of experience, there's probably not an issue or a problem in buying or selling a home that we haven't dealt with.
No, and I think it's us trying to make sure that we're spending time on the right things. So it will be a case of we've really looked into getting the right software. We've really looked at embracing AI integrated bits of equipment to try and take away a lot of the day-to-day admin that's bogging estate agents down. Give us more time in our day back to focus on you, focus on your property sale. That's something we feel really strongly about. And it won't just be that we come and value your house and we build that rapport and we build that trust and we take the photographs and then pass you to junior members of staff or negotiators. We stay right with you. That's the running theme of LHB.
On that, I think it's an interesting thing because the industry hasn't changed. And there's so many agencies out there that were established that had secretaries and administrators. And what they did is they just integrated those admin roles into the negotiators role.
Yeah.
They asked the negotiators, or negs as we call them, to start doing all of the paperwork, all the emails, all the sales memorandums, which used to be a person's sole job.
Yeah.
But they never moved with the times. They never got those things automated in the background to allow the negotiator to do the part of the job that they enjoy, which is meeting people and doing the job. So suddenly, their 8-hour, 9-hour working day, 4 to 5 hours of that is taken up doing administrational roles because they didn't want admins in the office.
Yeah.
So we've done it in a way that all of the boring parts of the job are set up so that they can be done automated with one click of a button, and we can do the stuff in the job that we actually enjoy, which is dealing with the customers. Terrifying. Not as scary as this. This is probably more nerve-wracking. I know how to be an estate agent. I know how to do the job. Putting ourselves in front of cameras and doing this sort of stuff is probably scarier.
I think with most things, there's a comfort blanket that you have a name above the office door where you think, is it really that has won us business? Is it really that's kept us going day to day? Or is it us? Or maybe a combination of both? And one thing that we've been really bowled over by, and it's quite overwhelming really, but in the couple of weeks since we've established LHB, we've had clients come to us and we've got instructions and we've got properties on the market. And that really, really reassures us that we've made the right decision. So it was daunting. I think any change in life is daunting.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of change. myself, as anyone would know that really knows me. But this feels like the right time, and it's the right time in our lives to go out there and do it. And we've run market-leading offices. Why not run our own?
Yeah, I think for me, the fact that all the worries were before we did it, and the moment that we actually made that decision and went in to go and see our previous employer and hand our notice in there and be able to tell people what we're doing, all of those worries went away, because the responses that we had from people have been, as you say, it's overwhelming. And
yeah, people have been so kind.
Yeah.
I mean, made an effort to go out of their way to contact us and give us encouragement and wish us the best and tell us that they know from working with us and knowing how we are that we're going to be successful. And we know that, but it gives us a push.
Yeah.
Working with Jack, obviously.
I think it's everything. It does sound cliche, but I genuinely enjoy the job. I remember starting in a estate agency and doing a viewing and booking a valuation and matching that right buyer to the right property and then getting an offer. All of that was exciting. And the longer you stay in a career, the further you go away from the day-to-day elements of that job. And for me, to be able to take that back, as I say, back to the basics. And we've had our first properties go live. You know, that excitement of having those customers have their properties on the portals with our branding. And then the first day that we're sitting in the office on the floor with our telephones and at 9:30, even though we've been in there since 7 o'clock, the phone rings.
Incredible.
LHB estate agents, how can I help?
Yeah.
And it's people booking viewings.
Yeah.
And it's that enjoyment and excitement that I felt right back when I first started agency that's just come all the way back to us.
And you know, I think there's a couple of other things as well to add to that, is that we don't have to ask anybody anymore for permission to do things. If we see something out there that's going to benefit your property, we can make that decision straight away. So that's been really exciting. We've discovered tools and systems that we didn't even know existed that, as I said earlier, are going to give us so much more time to focus on what's important, focus on people's properties, matching them to the right buyers. And I think what I'm quite excited about is taking away that rigid 9 to 5 that so many agents are stuck in. So
it's because they're employed.
Yeah.
That's the difference, is that if you are employed, it's a job. Regardless of how much you enjoy it, it is a job.
Yeah.
For us, it's if we want to start work at 8 o'clock, we will and we can.
Yeah.
If we're working through until 8 o'clock at night, we will.
Yeah.
Saturdays, Sundays, it doesn't matter.
And we can tell you from experience, if the phone rings in an office and a negotiator picks up and this hot buyer wants to see a property at 12 o'clock, the negotiator prioritises going on their lunch break. That won't be us. You will have us, 24/7. And again, we've got some amazing systems. Website's going to be WhatsApp integrated. You can actually message us, and it's us you speak to, not a computer,
It's
not
not
AI.
a bot. Yeah, it's us. You contact us.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I hope the first thing that they'll say is that they'll be recommending us to their friends and family. That's key. But I think one real blessing that we've got is we've worked in the local area for a long, long time. And a lot of people do know us and they know what service, not what our employer offered previously, but they know what service we offer. They trust us. And I think if we're in a position in a year's time where we've maintained that and we're selling their property.
Improved on that.
Yeah.
That's the difference, is that it sounds cheesy, but I'm genuinely lucky to call a lot of past clients friends. And in a year's time, it will be that person who came to us at LHB and knows us as Jack and Tom from LHB.
Yeah.
And then when we see them in the villages that we've helped them move into, we see them out and about and they say hi, because you've built that relationship where it's not just that was my estate agent, it's that's Jack or that's Tom. We became a part of your journey when you were moving somewhere. And
Well, I think with hard work as well, we've been very fortunate to become sort of mainstays in the industry.
There's
in our
not
area.
many people
No.
that stick in agency for as long as we have in one area. You normally see people move around, and we didn't. And I think that's what's allowed people to know that we are the faces and the people to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the thing for us is that's actually been easier than I ever thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Everyone always says, oh, if you go into a partnership, it's going to be difficult, all of those things. I think for us, we've actually taken on each role that we're the best at. So we've got strengths and weaknesses, as everybody does. And there's elements of the job and the business that I genuinely enjoy. And there's elements that Tom enjoys. And we've said, right, check with each other, but do the part that you enjoy the best, because that's what's going to make it enjoyable and that's what's going to make it more fun. And there's only been probably 2 things in the entire setup that took more than 15 minutes to decide.
We were joking only yesterday, weren't we? The amount of big decisions that we've had to make, you know, from 3, 4, 5 different choices where we've looked at each other and both said the same answer, been incredible. So that's great. And we're really excited to show you the result of all these decisions that we've been making. But who's the boss? Equal boss, but specialise in different areas in particular. So yeah, that's a fair answer.
I think so. There's points that you will say, that has to be like this, and I'll say, fine. And then there's points that I'll fix on, and if we're not going to butt heads on it, then why take ages arguing?
Absolutely.